Hello you guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to my very late, well it's not very late, but my late posting of Get in Shape this month. This week we're doing chevrons and I wanted to do something different, and I did scour Pinterest for a couple ideas and I saw a few and then I kind of fused them together to come up with this. So I am playing with Almost Killed Photo Play collection. I can't remember what it's called right now. I'll have it on the screen for you. In more post-production editing. And I have these adorable photos. It's very cooking themed. So I have these adorable photos of my nieces when they made some homemade applesauce with their mom. She had posted them on Instagram. I steal a lot of things off of Instagram from my sisters if they don't send them to me. So someone's got to document their lives, right? So I have these two pictures and I decided I wanted to do like a chevron circle, like the circle is made into chevron. So I took the green cardstock that came, this was a scrap room kit, I believe. I don't think it was a double shot. I think it was a regular scrap room kit. I took this green paper and I took it to my silhouette and I drew a circle. And I cut it on my silhouette because I didn't trust myself to be able to do what I wanted to do by hand. And I knew if I drew it on my silhouette, I would know exactly what I was getting. So I did that. So now I'm covering it with strips of pattern paper to make it look like a chevron going in this circle. Let me tell you, this was not an easy task. There was a lot of trial and error. I cut out a lot. This took way longer than it should have. My brain just apparently wasn't thinking or in the thinking mood. But yeah, making chevrons go in a curve, not as easy as you'd think. Yeah. Eventually I do get it though, and I completely cover up that green cardstock. That was the point. I didn't really want that to show. I thought about having it show. I even tried doing stamping. I have this awesome chevron stamp from Pink Fresh Studio, the one that like comes into pieces, but it wasn't the right angle that I could easily get with just creating chevrons out of paper. I was going to do a combination of both. It didn't happen. But I did, however, take in between some of the chevrons on the circle, and with just adhesive down, I poured embossing powder and embossed, so it looks like I do have a couple black embossed chevrons. And so I apologize if I don't give you a really good shot. I just remember I was cutting out a lot because, like I said, there was a lot of trial and error in this, and I wanted it just to be a little different. But here I am embossing, I think, the very last portion of it, getting a little spot on the top. And then because I just did it with the adhesive and not actual embossing ink or a StazOn or anything like that, it wanted to stick everywhere. So I just used a really stiff brush to like brush off the excess, and then all the embossing powder everywhere. So there's my circled chevron. There's a couple spots that definitely does not look like a chevron, but those get covered up, so it was okay. Yeah, that's why I kind of started where I started, because I knew where I wanted to have my photos. And then also, this is them making applesauce, and I use Time to Bake cut apart piece for the title. There's no baking involved, but I even say in the journaling, like, the point is they were in the kitchen together, and yeah. But I'm just going to create a little cluster with my photos, and then I'm going to pop all of that up on foam. And that becomes one giant element, because then there's too much white in the background for my liking. So I'm going to do a little bit mixed media and some fun things in the background. But the chevron circle, like I said, I think it was at least 45 minutes just working on that stinking circle. So right now I'm just marking on my page where I want to have some more chevrons, and I use this grungy stamp that looks like chevrons, and so, or like tire tracks, but tire tracks have a chevron pattern, and then I'm going to emboss them in black because I still had some embossing powder. I'm too lazy to put it back, so I'm going to just dump it anyway when there's a small amount, but it was enough to do those chevrons. And then I went ahead off camera because my light died and I really wanted to get this done, and it was a long week last week of a lot of other things getting in my way, and yet I'm still getting this done up late. But I went ahead with some Rustic Wilderness and did some packaging technique, and then I splattered with some Tattered Angels Almost Black mist, and it doesn't have any sheen or anything. It's a very matte black, and I really like the way that looks. So then I wanted to add a little bit more color. So where I kind of chose 2 areas to have some embellishment clusters on the edges, and so I just took some leftover pieces of the papers that I used for the chevrons and just kind of layered up, and I will add some stickers. So right now I'm adding stickers from the sticker sheet around my photo cluster, just to add some more color and some more elements. And it turns out really cute, and I really do end up liking it. And I apologize for the photos because it's very winter here now, and the time of day that I got to go out was the only time I got to go out to take a photo, or else you won't get this till next weekend. Because we have to leave when the sun finally comes up in the morning, and by the time we get home, the sun's finally down. So I really don't have any time to take a photo in good natural light, except for on the weekends. So, and our weekend was busy without it being busy, and like I said, there were a lot of other things, migraines and sickness, and so I took it when I took it. So my photos kind of suck, and they're kind of blown out, or they're kind of blue, but at least you get a little bit of close-ups of some of them. So I apologize for the distorted colors. I'm cutting off some of the white border. Some of them had a really thick white border on the sticker, and I really wasn't a fan of that. So I do trim that off. But a lot of wooden spoons and serving things. And I'm going to use some English mustard noodle drops to add kind of like that orangey yellow color around with my mixed media and the other clusters that you see in one of the plaid papers that I use the chevron, and in that mixer on the main title screen. And I'll journal just below the and eat. The and eat I did, I think I showed that. I don't remember now. Everything's moving so fast and I'm just talking. That ampersand I did from El Studio, large alphas and the die, and I just did some black Versamark ink. But yeah, checking the date. I forgot I left that in there. But that is it. So here's some close-ups. Make sure you check out everybody else who played down below and the playlist. And I appreciate you. I'm hoping to have mine up on time next weekend. But thank you. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay warm. And we'll see you next time.